Hello, my beautiful movie peeps, and welcome to another awkward out of the studio side flick. I know, everything feels uncomfortable and wrong. Is he even centered in frame? What city is that in? Why didn't he put anything on that white table? Editor, quick, just put something cool on there. Isn't that cool? I'll explain in a sec, but we've got a lot to talk about here today, guys. We've got Matt Reeves tweeting up the casting for the Batman Part 2 we're going to talk about. Grown Ups 3 finally got announced. It is happening, y'all. And a new behind-the-scenes look at Spider-Man Brand New Day that shows us some new footage and teases a hidden villain. Oh, we'll be diving into that along with so much more, so you guys know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. But no, okay, real quick. So, this last-minute opportunity came up literally not even 24 hours ago. I was at home getting ready to film a new side flick because it was time to bring y'all the movie news, and this email said, hey, do you want to come to the set of this horror movie? And I said, yes, please. Unfortunately, I don't think right now I'm allowed to say what horror movie it is. Heck, I don't even know what I'm going to be doing. It was like so last minute. All I know is I'm for sure visiting the set. I'm not in another movie, guys, okay? Not switching careers anytime soon. But just to give you a couple of hints, it is a horror movie coming out next year. It is by one of the bigger studios. It's filming in New York City because that's where I'm at right now. And I think that's all I can say right now. The assistant, she just let me know that they'd be picking me up, taking me to the set, and that they will be filming stuff of me. Again, behind the scenes stuff. I don't think I'm in this movie, although that'd be awesome. So I don't even want to promise you guys any content or a vlog because they specifically said don't bring your equipment, that they're going to have someone filming stuff there, and I guess they'll pass that footage along to me. Vague and mysterious, I know, but I promise I will share more when I have time. So either way, let's just get into the movie news. And well, one of the first stories I wanted to get into here today is that's what happens when you're doing things not at the studio. Deadline here has reported that we are going to be getting a Westworld reboot. Now, many of you guys might know Westworld right now because it had a TV show on HBO. I think it ran for 3 seasons. I never checked it out, but a lot of people seem to love it. Heck, I didn't even know what it was about until I read this article. Now I might go check out the original movie that came out in 1973 and the TV show if it's worth watching. You guys let me know. But basically, it follows a future where if you're rich, you can afford to go into this immersive experience where robots will play the role of cowboys and you get to interact with that world until one of those robots goes haywire and starts killing people. Another thing of note with this property, it is a book based on Michael Crichton, who you might know who did the Jurassic Park book. This one is being written by David Koepp, and kind of the biggest reason I'm bringing it up is because it looks like this might be Steven Spielberg's next movie. That isn't officially confirmed and no article is saying that, but the reason I'm saying that is because recently Steven Spielberg did an interview where he confirmed his next movie after Disclosure Day is going to be a Western. And given that this reboot for Westworld is written by David Koepp, who also just wrote Disclosure Day, they frequently collaborate together. Westworld technically is a Western movie. This premise, this idea with Steven Spielberg, oh, sign me up for that. It also looks like this won't have any connection to the recent HBO show, so sorry for fans of that, but hey, I'm down for this. Are you guys looking forward to the Westworld reboot, and do you think this is Steven Spielberg's next movie? And while saying the name Steven Spielberg, we must also talk about masterful pieces of cinema, the Grown Up franchise. I can't believe it, but it finally got announced. Grown Ups 3 is officially happening with Netflix. If it was going to happen anywhere, of course it was going to happen with Netflix. Deadline reported it, and they announced that they're going to be getting Happy Gilmore 2 director Kyle Neuchek. Now that might make you happy, that might make you sad. Happy Gilmore 2 was definitely a divisive movie. I had fun with it for what it was. Definitely thought the first half of that movie was better than the last half, where it kind of just went wild and started becoming a Marvel cameo fest. But you can't deny these Adam Sandler comedies do absolute numbers for the platform. They are happy to give Adam any kind of money to make movies happen. And let me tell you, Grown Ups 3 is going to do insane numbers on their platform. This is a movie that people have been begging for and has also now reached that threshold of being nostalgic because the first movie came out in 2010, 16 years ago. Yeah, there are kids who grew up on that are now adults and are now yearning for another Grown Grown-Ups film. This is now a nostalgic property for some people. The article does say that they plan to get the original 5 actors back: Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, Kevin James, David Spade, even Rob Schneider. There was a plot attached to the original article that said it was going to follow the group of friends after their recent friend dies and they go to Europe to spread their ashes, and then hijinks ensues. But after a couple of hours, Netflix contacted them and had that plot removed, saying that's actually not the official plot. So who knows? I wouldn't mind the gang going to Europe. I think the other elephant in the room is fans are wondering, how do they plan to honor Cameron Boyce? While not a huge character in the Grown-Up franchise, Adam Sandler has spoken before about the tragic passing of the actor, and they did pay a small respect to him in Happy Gilmore 2, so I do wonder how they pay respects to him in Grown-Ups 3. But look, this is going to be one of those movies that is definitely not going to be a good movie, but am I going to watch it and enjoy it with some popcorn and candy? Heck frickin' yes. Are you guys looking forward to Grown-Ups 3, and what do you hope the plot of it is? Now jumping on to some DC news, starting off with The Batman. Matt Reeves set the internet on fire by posting a couple of GIFs starting to announce the cast members returning for the sequel. You can so tell Matt Reeves is having a lot of fun with this. He spent all of yesterday just kind of reintroducing people we knew would be coming back, like Robert Pattinson's Batman, Jim Gordon, Alfred the Penguin, the Mayor of Gotham, and surprisingly enough, Officer Martinez of all characters. I actually love that he did that because he's a randomly beloved character of that movie. But today, as of me recording it, it looks like he's gonna announce some of the new people. And he started the day off with Scarlett Johansson tweeting, "Next exit, Gotham, welcome." I'm sure as the day goes on, he is going to announce more of the people we have already heard attached to this movie, like Sebastian Stan, who's going to be playing Harvey Dent, Charles Dance, who looks to be playing Christopher Dent, Harvey Dent's father. But I mean, we could get some surprises, man. Barry Keoghan is Joker. We'll see if he's officially going to have a role in this. I don't think he'll be the main villain, but maybe he'll play another Hannibal Lecter type role where Batman goes to him in Arkham and needs help on a case, or I guess a villain's perspective on it, like in that deleted scene. How crazy would it be if we got a Robin confirmation and we got the announcement of some young kid actor? Because that would make me go wild. We have yet to see, because like I said, as of me recording it right now, it's only Scarlett Johansson. But either way, this looks to be DC's version of Chair Day, just waiting every hour for a Matt Reeves gif. Even Spider-Man also had something where they milked it every hour by posting 1-second clips of the trailer. Maybe slightly annoying, but I don't know. It brings us together online as a community and gets us hyped for a movie, so I have no problem with this. I just hope we get some cool surprise reveals, and if anything gigantic happens, I'll be talking about it on the channel. Let me know how you guys feel about Matt Reeves tweeting these gifs and getting people excited for the Batman Part 2. And while sticking on the DC train, we kind of got a bombshell for the Lanterns TV show that no one is really paying attention to, because we're getting Matt Reeves gifs of Batman Part 2, Spider-Man Brand New Day dropped something. This Lantern stuff is kind of huge and barely anyone's talking about it. But basically, we got an article from Entertainment Weekly where they break down more details about the show, and they reveal some major things and even some lore changes to the Green Lanterns. Okay, so one of the first things they revealed is actually the TV show takes place in 2 time periods. It looks like the first half of the show is going to take place in the year 2016 when there's a shooting in a small town and Hal Jordan believes it's an alien-related incident. Apparently, Hal Jordan has been keeping an eye on the town, and so he's already suspecting of something suspicious going on. But as he's investigating, he has to bring John Stewart along because he's training him as the new Green Lantern. And okay, right there, pause. It looks like all the footage we saw in that trailer then is of the 2016 time period, and they even go into explaining why Hal has to be training John Stewart. And now this tagline of only one can wear the ring that has gotten a lot of Green Lantern fans angry, because that's not how it works in Green Lantern lore. It looks like they've created some new stuff for the DCU, so let me tell you right here. It says Hal is forced to bring along John Stewart, the new Earthbound Lantern recruit he still reluctantly mentors 2 months in. John remains a constant source of eerie for Hal due to the fact he is an anomaly. In the history of the corps, the ring always chose the lantern. Those are the rules. It's how Hal got the job in the first place. There was never meant to be a Green Lantern of Earth, Mundy says, but after one of their members, Abin Sur, fatally crash-landed on the planet, the alien's ring was drawn to the former pilot to be the new bearer. Ending off here by saying, John's recruitment, however, marks the first time the Guardians of the Universe, the very founders of the corps itself, intervened to self-anoint a member of their order. They felt they had just cause. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Like I said, I am a big Green Lantern fan. I love the Lanterns and I want them to get their respects in the DCU. And so although the show The Lanterns isn't looking exactly like what I would hope from a Green Lantern show, I'm still so thrilled and excited by it. But this newfound lore they're adding in of making John Stewart an anomaly, someone who wasn't chosen by a ring, but instead was appointed from the Guardians of the Universe, the ones who created the ring, is a little odd. I feel like that takes away from John Stewart because, again, the ring should choose them, but then again, it's the Guardians who made the ring, so maybe it's actually a higher honor that they specifically chose John. But it feels like a weird extra step just so we can have this mentor relationship with John and Hal, creating in some new lore. And also, what's this about Earth was never supposed to have a Green Lantern? Then where the heck Guy Gardner came in? Because now we got 3 lanterns on Earth. I guess we'll have to wait and see in the show, but yeah, John Stewart is supposed to be the replacement for Hal Jordan. I guess the Guardians of the Universe want him to retire, and John is going to be the one to take his ring, explaining only one can wear the ring. But again, that kind of confuses me because why does Guy Gardner have a Green Lantern ring? Shouldn't there only be one on Earth? With these rules, it's making it sound like there should only be one on Earth. The article also confirms a common backstory that Hal was trained by Sinestro, and we all know how that turned out, and Sinestro turned evil. So there is supposed to be kind of a parallel of like a bad guy trained Hal, and now Hal is in this grumpy, angry era training John. You know what? I'm reading the article further, and no, Hal is definitely dying in the show. There's this one section here that says, the main worry being Hal is now forced to train his own replacement. John is the backup lantern in the event anything happens to Hal. It's the old guard and the heir apparent. Mundy notes, we lean into the tension quite a bit. Then Hal is dying, yo. What the heck is going on, dude? I didn't even mention what the other time period is. It'll eventually take a 10-year jump, and then the other half of the story takes place in 2026 after the events of Superman. And I guess at that point, John Stewart has maybe been a Green Lantern for 10 years. And if you remember when this Green Lantern show was first announced, James Gunn did say that it would have implications for the larger DCU. So it looks like whatever happens here leads us into Man of Tomorrow, where John Stewart is said to be part of that story. I don't know, man. I'm still excited. I'm still curious, but it just feels like, why are we messing so much with classic Green Lantern lore? Again, maybe I'm nitpicking a bit just because I love the Lanterns and I want them to be done right on screen, but this seems a little strange to me. Last thing it says also is that Lanterns is built to be a multi-season show, so if things go good, season 2, season 3, and builds on from there. Throw it off to you guys. What do you think of these lantern details? But okay, now talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day. I don't know why, but the movie gods decided, oh, Chris is away from his desk? Spider-Man news. Yeah, that happened when I went to go film Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. They released the script pages for Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I was like, I can't talk about it. I'm getting killed by Winnie right now. And now I'm on another cool business trip, and they said, poster and new footage. Take that, 3C. But either way, we did get a new poster for Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I gotta say, these posters for the movie have been absolutely beautiful. This one here of Peter Parker about to go full Spider-Man I think is gorgeous. Really also captures more of the street feel. Looking at all 3 posters side by side, yeah, they have done an awesome job with these. But as far as the new footage goes, we got a little 40-second featurette that really is just highlighting some of the practical street work that they did for this movie, filming a lot of stuff on actual streets and not just green screen, really highlighting all the practical work that they did and not just filming in front of green screens. And some of the things that caught my eye is one, this behind the scene look of Spider-Man fighting Scorpion. We already got a bit of footage of this in the trailer, but just seeing it from this angle and Scorpion standing there, Spider-Man swinging in, it just looks so cool. I can't wait for these Scorpion fights. But the biggest eye catcher for me was of this snow scene with Spider-Man in his winter clothes getting hit it up against a truck. Couple of things came to mind immediately. Amazing Spider-Man 2, the blueprint, and a peak Spider-Man movie. Don't care what y'all say, that film is overhated. But just like Andrew Garfield in Winter Clothes there, Tom Holland will be doing the same. I'm guessing this will be part of the montage where we see what Spider-Man has been up to the past 4 years. So although not a big part of the movie takes place during the winter, it is cool that we'll see Spider-Man fight in a snowy setting just for a little bit. Now, definitely makes me wonder though, who is he fighting against? Who is the person that just hit Spider-Man hard enough to send him flying back? A large part of these montages are going to show us off some villains. Like in that trailer, we saw him fight Boomerang, we saw him fight Tarantula, and I think that's what the montage will be, is just some random Spider-Man villains. Now, there were mummers and rumors that Rhino could be one of the characters that shows up in Spider-Man Brand New Day. There was even like one rumor that said they saw a rhino-shaped figure on the set. And well, if there's anyone that's gonna knock back Spider-Man with some force, it would be Rhino. How crazy would it be if we got Rhino right here fighting Spider-Man? I'd be excited and sad. Excited because it's like, hey, I like the Rhino and I want to see him done justice, but also it would only be for like 5-10 seconds and then we move on to the next scene in the montage. If you're gonna do Rhino, I'd rather him be a big villain in a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, you know? But maybe that's a setup for him to have a bigger role. It might not even be Rhino, honestly. Spider-Man could have just gotten hit by a van. Either way, it is awesome, and I'm just loving this marketing that they're doing, and they're showing you how much love and attention went into this, and it really does feel like a different kind of Spider-Man movie. With the poster and the behind the scenes, I'm sure another trailer is on the horizon. I have no idea when, but if we want to go off my schedule and the way my luck works with Spider-Man news, I have another work opportunity that came up on the 27th and 28th of May, where I'll be away from my desk one more time. That's when you can release the next Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, okay? Piss me off. Do it, Sony. Watch what happens. You got an office in New York? I'll come and find you myself. Anyways, guys, that is all the news we currently have going on right now. I want to thank you guys so much for your patience when I am away from my desk doing all this stuff. I know videos have been slow going this month, and that is my apologies. As far as this week's live stream go, though, I will move it to Saturday. I get back home Friday night, so it'll probably just be a little too late in the day, but Saturday, 3C live going up. Thank you guys for being awesome and letting me do opportunities like this. I'll talk to you again soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.